Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? What the hell is going on in Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia? What the hell is happening in Atlanta? Fulton County uh, courtroom. The judge, a brigadier general of the Army, graduate of Georgia. What is it? Let me make sure I get it right. He is a graduate of University of Georgia. He got his Juris Doctor in University of Georgia in 1987 and a Master's in Strategic Studies, United States Army War College in 2008. He's been the Superior Court of Fulton County since 2005, and he's still reigning. My question is, now this is all related to the young thug, aka Jeffrey Williams trial, which has been what you could call more than a circus. Like it's been just ridiculous at all levels of rationality. It's completely out of whack. Like they admitted the lyrics. They had people come in and say different things that were either false or dubious. They had different the trial selection took 10 months. Yeah, and that goes to what's in the Constitution. You have your right to a speedy trial. Well, that didn't seem too speedy, and this doesn't seem so speedy either. I mean, that pertains to starting a trial, and the trial can go forever. It could go for as long as it can. They have a mistrial and other things like that. But the main news item is that Young Thug's lawyer was arrested during the proceedings at the courthouse. Because this Judge Ural Glanville, excuse me, Judge Ural Glanville was like, nigga, how did you hear about what, it was like, how'd you hear about this? Because the lawyer had information on him being allegedly speaking with prosecutors and a witness that was sworn into the case in his chambers. And he was just like, nigga, how did you know about that? This is Young Thug's lawyer, Brian Steele. He's like, I would like to know why you didn't let me in. Why wasn't I present? Why wasn't I there? This is my client. I'm representing this for his life. His life is on the line right now. So I'm representing him. I'm making sure he's gonna be on the best king. So it's just goofy and very bizarre set of events. Judge Glanville, he even used double negatives. He said I'm continuing with the proceedings. He said, I ain't halting nothing. This man has degrees. He's a brigadier general in the Army. And he's talking like he's back on the block. Like, who does that? Who gets all these great, he definitely earned his degrees. He earned all his rights, and he speaks well. He says it was his meeting with these individuals was sacrosanct. He's using these $10, $100 vocabulary words, and it's like then he says, I ain't halting nothing. I ain't saying nothing. How did you know? How did you know, nigga? Like, how did you know? And Brian Steele's white. I'm just saying, in common conversation, how did you know? How did you know that we was in my chambers like that? And Brian Steele was just like, I'm not even going to answer that. All I'm doing is trying to represent my client. He was taken out of the court. Another attorney suggested that he be brought back in, and he was brought back in, but all it told, he's going to have to serve 2 days a week for the next few weeks. 10 weekends, 20 days behind bars. He's going to hopefully talk with Young Thug behind bars. They're probably going to exchange bars. He's probably going to teach him how to be a rapper. He's going to teach him how to be a lawyer. I mean, this is how ridiculous this whole trial has gotten. I mean, oh my God. So, like, I remember Famey Willis. I don't even know if she's still a part of this trial anymore. She recused herself or something like that. I looked at the notes for over the year by Billboard. Billboard had the a breakdown of over the entirety of the trial since April. They didn't go further beyond that, but they just give a brief timeline of Young Thug's YSL RICO trial. So it's messy, child. It's messy. It's so messy. But Young Thug, yeah, they played lifestyle in the court. It's so awkward. It's so weird. You just see people like music's playing. You know, you see the scene in your head of people like dancing, getting their groove on. People just like no costume just to get it. Like, how did this happen? How did we get here? How did we get here to a lawyer being locked up for 10 weekends? This is the weirdness of the law and the justice system. How crooked and weird and goofy it is. How somebody, can go to prison for the rest of their life, didn't do the crime. All of a sudden, they have the Innocence Project, and then they come in with the DNA, and the guy's released. He gets, what, $20,000 from the state? He served 40 years. It's goofy stuff like that. Or gets nothing. Gets a pat on the back and said, hey, we didn't mean it that way. That was our bad. Sorry. Hopefully you get the next, round of your years, are fulfilling and not behind bars. It's goofy. But Young Thug is currently still behind bars. They're saying that the trial could still continue all the way up until next year. So it started let me see. It's the trial started in. Let me see. I think it started in. I'm still looking for it. Give me a moment. I think it started sometime in 2022. One of the months in 2022 or 2023. There was alleged drug exchange. Anybody remember that? The drug exchange involving a Young Thug being placed during court hearing. Anybody remember that? Yeah, so it started sometime 22, 23. Could go on to 2030, 2040. Who knows? It's probably going to be a hung jury. It's probably going to be a hung jury. It's probably going to be a mistrial. I don't know the difference between that. There's a difference between bail and bond, jail and prison, hung jury and mistrial. They're close, but they're not the same. I've in my years of experience of different trials, I've noticed that there is a difference. There is a difference between all these different things. Somebody's checking in with smiley faces. It's got to be Riles. It is Riles. It's Riles got the smiley face. I don't know what that means, sir. I don't do emojis like that. I like words. That's my thing. The written word is my favorite thing in the world. The written word. I don't know what your smiley face means. Are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at the trial? I don't know what you mean. Use your words. Like you have to tell a toddler. Use your words. Yeah, it is such a the lawyer, the defense attorney. In reports it says he's arrested. They didn't say he was cuffed or anything. It was just escorted out of the courtroom, and then he was brought back in to continue. But the judge is just like, how'd you know about that? How you know about that? I'm paraphrasing him, but I'm not quoting him. But he's like, that was between us. You wasn't supposed to be privy to that. This was sacrosanct to the judge's chambers. What is wrong with you? How did you figure that out? You weren't supposed to figure that out. Like, I don't get that. That reminds me of Wall Street and insider trading. Like, You have information, and you obtained it legally. You obtained it, without stealing it from somebody or something like that. You just know. You know when it's going to hit. You know when the stock's going to fall or when the stock's going to rise. And you know you have that information to yourself from, reading into it and gaining it lawfully. That's what I don't understand about insider trading. This is kind of like an insider trading issue. He wasn't supposed to know, but he knows. And the judge was just taken off guard by that. He was just like, how you know about our secret little meeting? How you know? How you get to know about that? You weren't supposed to know about that. So goofy. Greg S. Hold on, what? The nose knows. Yeah, well, I don't know. At least you said it in words, but I don't know. What do you mean the nose knows? Are you saying my nose or the judge's nose? You saying Young Thug's nose? Whose nose knows? Yeah, it's deep. It's deep, children. It's deep, children. It's deep. But yeah, so it's a weird situation to be in. It's a weird, just bizarre, goofy way. It's deeper than rap, exactly. Very, very astute observation. Much deeper than rap. Cause Young Thug is just sitting there taking all this, like, damn, they locking up my lawyer. We're gonna have to be cellies. Cause he's in jail. He's currently in jail. Somebody that was, over the course of this trial, somebody was stabbed, not to death, but he was injured. But that's what happened during this trial. I don't think anything happened to Young Thug. Nothing, injurious. There's another $100 vocabulary word. Injurious happened to Young Thug. But yeah, they're gonna be cellies. Brian Steele, Jeffrey Williams, they're gonna be in the same cell. They're gonna be stacking up their commissary. He's gonna get all his ramen. He's gonna get all his cookies, all the little sandwich cookies that the Oreos make, and in the package. They're gonna be playing spades. This is so ridiculous. I didn't see. I just turned to see what was going on in the world, and I saw Young Thug's lawyer arrested. I'm like, what the hell did he do? What happened? He didn't do anything. He didn't he was held in contempt because the judge said that he was he was privy to, that's another vocab word, but he understood or he heard about or learned about a sacrosanct conversation between a sworn witness and members of the prosecution. That's goofy to me. Now this judge, he seems very, he seems mixed. He's mixed to me. He seems like, I think he does a good job on controlling the courtroom. He says you're not going to be sitting up, or going to sleep or going, do whatever. You're going to listen, just go into the mic, speak your name clearly. Like I respect him on that. But this thing got me. When you can't, what is he not supposed to know about something? How do you not let somebody be free? How do you arrest them for knowing something that you think they shouldn't have known? I don't get that. There's something weird with that. That's bizarre. That's very goofy to me. That doesn't make any sense. Just because you have knowledge, you have information, and he divulged it, and he's an attorney. I don't understand. He's now going at the attorney. Why did he let the judge know that he knew? Brian Steele, he must be some kind of rubbing his hands together lawyer. He knows, like, he's playing chess with the judge, but the judge might be playing checkers. I don't know what he's doing. But the lawyer, he's saying He's saying that he knew about something that he shouldn't have known. So why did you tell? Why? That's commandment number 1. Thou shalt not snitch on oneself. He snitched on himself. He told. He was like, look, I know y'all had a conversation. I'm not gonna front and say that I didn't know that. And so I was like, a judge was like, oh really? Okay, we're gonna hold you in contempt and arrest you. You're going to jail for 20 days. 10 weekends. We're going to space it out. We're not going to do, consecutive. We're going to space it out. Maybe the attorney wasn't supposed to tell anyone. Well, that's what I'm saying. Why did he tell on himself? Why didn't he just keep it to himself with the knowledge of, okay, the judge had his sacrosanct chambers with the prosecution and the sworn witness. I better keep this to myself or I could risk going to jail. Like, I don't understand that part. That's what gets me. Brian Steele, he must, like I said, he must has the baby's hand rub. He must know something that I don't know that he knew, because he told the judge. He was like, why didn't you tell me about it? He was adamant. White man adamant. What? Spacing it out. This is a weird trial. He gets 2 days every weekend. So it's gonna be Saturday and Sunday, I think he serves, and then he goes back out into freedom, and then it's another Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Saturday. I don't know what I got. The term weekend is Saturday and Sunday, so that's why I would suspect it is. Educated people are not always street smart with common sense. Exactly, facts. They don't have the mother's wit. That's another thing. A mother's wit all the time. Like, I think this judge, he's got all those degrees. He was a brigadier general. That's a high-ranking part of the military. If you're a general, you're in the high ranks. And he's relatively young. He's not like even in his 60s, I don't think. He's probably in his mid-50s, late 50s. Salute to Black Cuddy. Salute, sir. It's been a while. Yes, it has been a while. Make sure you tell 3 people about me, but don't tell 4 people, because why? Let them know. Let the 4th person know. Wonder, who's this goofy nigga with the black hat and the gold tie and the black shirt? Who is that goofy nigga? That's the 4th person. But tell 3 people, but don't tell the 4th person. Let the 4th person look over somebody else's shoulder and say, hey, who is that goofy ass nigga? Raul says his recusal post-constitution... Oh my God, let me make sure I get this right. His recusal post-constitution of the trial is grounds for incarceration. Sorry about earlier. I didn't know my comments weren't showing up. Okay, yeah, they were. They were. I got you. Thank you, Black Hoodie. Appreciate it. But yeah, Ross, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't really recused. He was arrested, according to reports. I didn't see him in handcuffs or anything. I don't know what the definition of arrest means. That's what I thought arrest means, when you're in the steel bracelets, when you're in the cold hand of steel and justice. That's what I thought arrest means. But arrest could just mean you're under the auspices of the judge and the law itself. You're not free to move or set or speak or do anything like that without permission or anything like that. That's what I understand, being in jail and being under those kind of circumstances. So I could be wrong. Please type in the comment section. Scott, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Just do that whatever you can. I appreciate it. I learn more this way. But yeah, it's so bizarre. It is so off. It's just, and watch it end with a mistrial. That's what I think is going to happen. And whatever the proper definition of a mistrial or a hung jury, it's going to be one or the other. Or it's going to be like, well, he got off. But he has additional charges. He has additional charges from drug charges that were surfaced during the early stages of the trial. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm a snitch on you, on yo. then you'll know what it's like to be in jail. I don't know what you mean by that. Because he snitched on himself. He didn't snitch on anyone else, and nobody else snitched on him. If that's what you mean, I'm not sure what you mean, Greg S. But the lawyer, the defense lawyer, Brian Steele, he is in contempt and going to serve, 10 weekends in jail with Young Thug. He wants to be in jail with Young Thug, and the judge said there was no problem with that. He agreed with it. He said, yeah, sure. You guys can hash it out, but that's what they're going to do. They're going to play tic-tac-toe and checkers and chess and be in the day room. They're going to be working out on the yard. Young Thug is going to braid his hair. Braid Brian Steele's hair. He's going to have a fresh look every day. They're going to iron each other's jumpsuits. I know there's no irons in jail. I'm just saying. I'm being stupid. But that's all summer. Sheesh, yeah. That's the whole summer. His whole summer is gone. And Brian Steele is about to release mixtapes. He's gonna have the trial. I'm the lawyer of Young Thug. And I'm about to drop this mixtape. Flood the streets. Had the hottest song of the summer. That would have been cold. That would have been cold. Oh boy, okay. He's got my name right. I'm saying it. Okay. He's got it. Let's give him a hand. Rick James. He's got my name right. I'm reading it now. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if he's got the rest right. He's lean. He's clean. And he's a black machine back in the blue room by popular demand. As he jumps into the looking glass to see, I present Skylar Saunders Sees. He's got my name right. You just gotta get Seeing. 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 But that was good. You got my name right. That was good, Rick James. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. But yeah, so this whole trial. I mean, Paul Mooney, the late great Paul Mooney said he's suing the estate of OJ. I should sue the estate of Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug. I should sue his estate because this whole thing is giving me heartache. It's giving me migraines. It's giving me back pain from watching the screen so long. But yeah, this is a bizarre case. This is just so bizarre. This is why these drugs should be legalized. This is another example. This is really what it's about. It's not. I mean, they allege it's because of murders, it's because of robberies and theft, and those are legitimate crimes. Those are actual crimes. People selling drugs is not a crime. I mean, it's a crime, but it shouldn't be on the books as a crime. Like, drinking your beer. Anybody drinking a wine right now or a beer right now or, having a mojito or something like that? That was illegal decades ago. That was illegal. But now it's legal. Should be the same thing for all kinds of drugs. Every single drug should be legalized. This is another reason why. Oh my God. How bizarre. How bizarre. $100 doll hairs. Young Thug has got whatever is coming to him. Rick James is vicious. Greg says, why yes I am. A nice Corona banquet. Exactly. That was illegal. You would go to jail. Actually, you wouldn't go to jail. The manufacturers would go to jail. It wasn't just you would go to a speakeasy and behind somebody else's bar, and you'd be protected. You wouldn't go to jail. It'd be on the quiet. I'm drinking a Heineken. Heineken, that's what he said. Free Jeff. Hump Lord. Why free Jeff? We don't know about it yet. We don't know. We can't just say free Jeff just because off the top. Just because it sounds cute. Rouse. I'm a flying... Oh, my God. I really can't read. I'm a flying ember kind of guy. I get queasy. What are you saying, Rouse? I have no idea. Bars. Okay. Yeah, so... You Lord... I mean, who can... If you try to write this, they would stop you and say, this isn't... No. If Aaron Sorkin, one of the best screenwriters and directors of all time... If he had started to write this trial, they'd be like, "No, oh no, Mr. Sorkin, this can't happen. This has never happened. This can't go on. They're playing the songs in the court. They're allowing the lyrics. Some guy was on the stand and said, 'I'm so high right now, I need some water.' Like he was literally saying that he was high off of some drug, and it's just like, okay, get him some water, yeah." Like, so this whole trial is just what you call a circus. It is quite literally a media circus. It is its own circus in its own right. So you admit admin. So you admit admin. I like you said admin God exists. Well, I was an admin God. I was administrative specialist for aircraft God. If you want that, you have to spell better, sir. It's with an E, Rouse, Skyle. Scholar reads like a Karen at a sushi bar. No, it's not about glasses. I have, almost perfect vision. The thing is, it's like this bright light and this tiny ass writing is terrible. And so I want to make sure I get your words. Some words look like they're like bunched together. It's weird. Sucks for young thug. He been locked up a while. Okay, Greg, I said that. Rao says, oh my God. Unagreeable initially for absolutely no reason at all. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just goofy. The whole trial is goofy. You're out of order. You're out of order. The courtroom's out of order. This whole justice system's out of order. I don't even remember. Let me see. That was Al Pacino, but let me make sure I see what. I want to see what movie that was from. And Justice for All, Al Pacino. You're out of order. This whole place is out of order. That's what I'm getting. Those are the vibes I'm getting. Those are the vibes I'm getting from this trial. Those are the whole vibes I'm starting to get from all of this. Let me see. Nah, he deserves to be locked up. No doubt about that. We don't. That's what I'm saying. That's why we have this court of law. That's why it should be proper. That's why it should be right. That's why it should be okay and great. It should be good, but it's not. It's broken. The system is completely broken. Young Thug did more harm to his country than good. He's the Che Guevara of his generation. I'm glad you at least admit that Che Guevara was a monster. He was an evil person. And I thought, this is how my mind worked. In 2001, Jay-Z's wearing a shirt of Che Guevara. Jay-Z's a good guy. Che Guevara's got to be a good guy. That's the terrible math that I had in my mind. Till later on, I learned about Ayn Rand and philosophy of objectivism, and learned that he was a complete murderer and a complete monster. And he not just on the idea of being a communist, but the fact that he was such a bloody, person to begin with. The communism just worsens it. Just makes it the ideal that makes it manifest. Communism manifests bloody murderers. That's what happens. FBA needs to hold each other accountable. I think that's true. The judge is FBA, but The judge is FBA, and he shows it. I ain't halting nothing. He didn't say ain't, but he said I'm not halting nothing. That's what he said. Degrees, everything, proper speech. A brigadier general in the army, didn't matter. He can still use broken English. He's back on the block. Pablo Escobar is a better guy than Che Guevara. Well, they're both. If he didn't have the murders to his name, then yes, I would agree to that. But he had murders to his name, so they're pretty much on the same par. But the fact that Pablo Escobar was a huge dope dealer, a humongous dope dealer, gargantuan dope dealer. He was like one of the first billionaires, if not the only billionaires of his generation. I would say, yeah, Che Guevara is definitely, lower than Escobar on the evil scale. On the evil scale. All right, so. They're both spics. Yeah, you can't even say the word. You can't even say the word on YouTube. It's not your fault, Greg ass, but that's weird. That's so stupid that you can't say nigger, spick, kike, chink, everything. Oh my God, they said a word that made me feel bad. Oh. Anyway, I'm off the trial. I'm done with it. It's been over a half an hour I spent on it. I'm done with it. I have to ask you guys, because I don't do this much anymore. Does your girl stop you from playing video games? Does she stop you? You're on the couch, you got some pizza and some beer, you got the sticks in your hand, you got the big screen, you got the PS5 or the Xbox One, whatever the latest model is, I don't even know. That's how much I'm out of the loop on video games. But does she stop you and say, "Hey baby, why don't you come over into the bedroom with me? Why don't you come on and just sit down? We can sit at the table and just talk." What do? You say, "You know what, girl, I know you had a long day. I'm gonna put down the sticks. I'm gonna turn off the game. I can pause it. I can resume later. Let's talk, baby. What do you want to talk about?" Gergat says no and exclamation points. "I'm not a man-child. I don't play video games." Well, it's a different world. And I think video games have been for, men and women, grown-ups as well, because they had them in bars. If you have a video game in a bar, then that's definitely for adults. So I would imagine, going back to the 70s and 80s, they had, arcade systems. And they have, what do they call it? My favorite thing, pinball machines. Pinball machines are always, found in bars and stuff like that. So, I disagree with you on that, Rick James. Are you a transformer? Video games can help you cope with reality. Exactly. The idea, the trick is to make sure you have 2 or 3 or 4 sticks, or how many sticks are available. I don't even know how many sticks you can have. And sticks, I mean the controllers or the controlling devices. You get one for her, and you guys can play whatever game, if it's a split screen or if it's a first-person shooter, or maybe it's like something like Mortal Kombat or something like that. You can play, or you can play 2K. Any of the 2K24 now, 2K25, whatever it is now. You can play against each other, and that's how y'all can work it out. I knew that was gonna come back against me. How many sticks you can have? Pause. Exactly. That's a pause. Maybe she wants your stick. Oh. Then you don't have to pause. But yeah, so females want attention. They want, to talk about their day and how, what'd you do, and how was your day on the job? How many kids did you have to cuss out? How many people want, in your firm? How many times did the judge tell you that you're in contempt and you have to spend 10 weekends in jail? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, not to go back on the old story, but that just is still on my mind. But But yeah, so your girl, you know, your woman, your female, your spouse, your wife, whatever the case may be, y'all have rings together. Maybe y'all can play. Are they still making Madden? They don't still make Madden anymore, do they? Is Madden still a thing? Let me look that up. I'm looking up Madden. Is there Madden 2026, 2024? Yes, there are still Maddens. Wow. Madden 25 is coming out. Or it's already out. Madden 24 is out. They're still making Madden. So some females, see, this is the thing. Some females don't know shit about athletics, or, you know, beyond, like, I guess gymnastics and baton twirling or something like that. But some girls are just not interested in NHL, NBA, NFL, MLB. They're not even interested in WNBA. They have no interest in sports whatsoever like that. I had a girlfriend like that. I had one girlfriend that was like super high, die-hard Eagles fan. She was like all up in the, you know, the understand. But she was like mainly looking at the guys. Like she was saying stuff like that. She was saying little, you know, snide things, you know. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I didn't take it to a level, you know, putting hands on her or anything stupid like that or anything like that. But I had this one girlfriend. She had no interest whatsoever in sports at all. None that I could speak of. The closest probably she think you would like would be track, you know, running. Is that a sport? Maybe not. The late great George Carlin said that wasn't a sport. Swimming, not a sport. Running, not a sport. So that's something that I just was wondering today. It was just rolling around in my mind, like, if I had a girlfriend right now, which I'm single right now, if I had a female in my life, if I had a woman, and she tried to stop me from playing the game, I'm like, whoa, I gotta get past this I gotta get past this boss. I gotta get past this boss right now. Like, I can't. We can talk. Yeah, I got you, girl. That's cool. That's cool. That's some good shit. But I got to get past this boss. I can't even pause it right now. I can't even pause because if the you know, I have to get to, you know, past this boss. I've come this far already. If the lights go out, then I'm gonna be real salty. You know, so that's where I'm going with that. That's what I mean. And I would say, let me give fair shake. Females may be in the video games. There's gamer girls. They have their, you know, like the guys. They have the special, you know, it looks like a racing chair, like a car that a chair that'd be in a racing car. They got that. I didn't come this far to come this far. Exactly. Facts, Greg S. Exactly. Greg S. knows what I'm talking about. I did not come this far to come this far. Exactly. I got to beat this boss. So I'm going to give it to the ladies. I don't have a lot of ladies in the room, but I have, you know, my percentages on my rebroadcast. I have like 4%, 5% female. So I'm talking to you right now, ladies. I know there's guys in the room right now. But to all the ladies that are gamers and, you know, you're hardcore gamers, you're good. And the guy comes in and be like, yo, we should do a little something, you know what I'm saying? We should get a little, you know, some bedroom action, you know? Are you going to give him, you know, are you going to give up the coochie? Are you going to stop the game? Are you going to stop mid-game and say, yeah, let me give him something, a little something. He's been working hard all day. He took off his boots and knocked him outside of the house so he wouldn't track the mud in. So, what is this? Joey, that shoulder behind you is fire. I don't see, that could be cool, but I'm trying to get rid of the shadow. I don't know how to get rid of the shadow. If I have better, you know, setup, I don't have the best setup. I'm just putting out these videos to get my weight up. This is like being in the gym for me. I'm not, you know, in a competition yet. If I was in competition, I'd be, you know, way behind. But I'm just in the gym right now, getting my weight up. Like I was saying, I appreciate that though, Joey. Salute. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your comment. But for the ladies, and even for the ladies, are you gonna stop and say, you know what? He's been in that office all day. He's making 6 figures a year. I love this TV. He bought this TV for me. He didn't even buy it for himself. He bought it for me and said it. He said, this is for you, girl. Because I know you like to play them games. I don't play them games. I'm too busy. I got to work on, my notes, for my lessons and for my school. I'm a professor, I got to work on my professorial conduct. That's another $100 vocab word, professorial. But so it's like it gets at you. It gets at you. The choice, the idea of gaming, because I remember there was anybody watch Black Mirror? They had an episode with Anthony Mackie. I can't remember the other guy, but they were like saying how in this video game, I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna just spoil the whole gist of it. In this video game, these 2 guys can simulate having sex with each other. I was like, what the hell is this Bhakti man business? Yes! The great one says it. Striking vipers, exactly. So that's like a hidden meaning. Striking vipers, snakes. Snakes are like your trouser snake. Striking you hit him. Like they titled it right. Cause I was like, should I even be watching this? I was like, this is really some Bhakti man business. But they didn't show like 2 men having sex. They showed like the characters in the game. It was like a male. I think it was a male and a female. And they they had this whole idea of saying like in the real world we're not gonna do anything but like that, but for this video game, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Like what the hell? Like, it was some Bhakti man business. I just watched that again last week. Yeah, I gotta watch it. Them brothers were living the truth. They were. Hey, it's Pride Month. Pride Month. That one was weird. Yeah, it was very weird. It was well written though. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, this is interesting. Like it held my attention. It was very well written. I think I'm gonna look up his name. I always forget it. I always forget his name. Charlie Brooker. He was one of the writer. He was the writer of that episode. Dang, that came out in 2019. God damn, that was 5 years ago last week. Sheesh. I'm thinking that came out like, that was like last year or 2 years ago. God damn. Let's see, it was Anthony Mackie and Yahya Abdul Mateen II. That was the 2 guys going back and forth, in a video game simulating sex. But it was well written. Here's what Rotten Tomatoes score says. It said it was found it well produced and thought provoking, but that holding back its emotional punch. So they wanted more. Out of 5 stars, the episode received ratings of 5 stars from the BBC, 4 stars in the Independent, 2 stars in the Telegraph, and 1 star in Vulture. Vulture, they must be going at the homos. Can you say homos anymore? I don't even know if you can say homo. Can you say homo? I said homo. Some were comparing it to San Junipero because they were a lesbian couple. But San Junipero was the truth. San Junipero is an excellent episode. If you want to start off in that series, I would say my favorite episode is White Bear. But San Junipero is like a close second, and maybe another close second would be Nosedive. Those are great episodes. Excellent, great writing. But yeah, so video games. I mean, that's just crossed my mind, just came into my thoughts. Because I haven't played video games in months, almost a year, maybe even more, maybe a year, but definitely months. I had the. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Y'all gonna laugh, but I had the Wii. I had the Wii from 2005, 2006. It's still a boss game though, because I'm playing Resident Evil 4, and that thing is boss. That thing is the truth. I love that game. The great one, favorite episode. Oh no, favorite episode. Oh, the great one. It's been so long, bro. Okay, unless it has been in it, then it's a toss up. Pause, I guess. That Star Trek episode was hard. Yeah, with Jesse Plemons. Yeah, that one, it was hard. I like that. I like the fact that he was like totally a loser in real life, but when he came into the video game, he was like this strong, hard charging kind of guy. That reminded me of the Matrix in a way, because they had that same kind of ideal. In the real world, it's like ugly and drab and terrible and just disgusting. But when you're in the Matrix, you're a totally different being. You're fast fighting and everything like that. You can die in the Matrix. I hope I'm not spoiling it for anybody. But you can die in the Matrix, but at least you'll have a good time. and like there's simulated steak that they're eating, but then in real life they're eating gruel. They're in like this paste, this oatmeal looking stuff. That's watery oatmeal looking stuff. But in the Matrix, you can have a whole banquet of meals. And then there's that one red dress lady that's in the Matrix, and then he turns to her, and the guy's got the gun in his face. Like, you gotta be careful in the Matrix. But I'm mixing the different storylines, different franchises. That's why video games help you make a new reality. If only for a little while. Yes. Yeah, that simulated steak that Cypher was eating. Hey, we're spoiling it today. We're spoiling it. When Cypher was like, I noticed, he was just looking at it. He had it on the fork. He was just looking at it. I know this isn't real, but God, like, he was like, I can only paraphrase. I don't remember the exact words, but he was just like, I know this isn't real, but God, this is so great. Like, and then he snitched. He was a rat. He was a rat. He snitched. He snitched on all of them. He sold them all out. Joey Pant's character, Joey Pantoliano, he snitched on all of them. He sold all them niggas out. I was like, all right, Cypher, okay. You want to be a snitch too? Okay. He sold them niggas out. Morpheus, Neo, all them niggas. He sold them out. I would definitely be a Fed agent that Cyber in those kind of movies. Exactly. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's so crazy. Oh my God. That's exactly the scene. That's the scene that always comes to mind. Because I'd be thinking, like, that would have probably been me. I would have probably been Cypher. I don't even remember what happened to y'all. Have to fill me in on what happened to Cypher. I just remember that one scene when he's cutting up the steak, and he's with the what are the guys, the suits and the black ties? What are their names? What are their names? The guys, the shades and the black suits. And, oh my God, I gotta rewatch. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember their names. I'm about to look it up. Unless you guys can help me out. Oh my God. Yes, yeah, Agent Smith. Thank you. The Smiths. Remember what was it? It was either, I think it was in Revolutions when or Reloaded. I think it was Reloaded when there was like 1,000 of them. There were like 1,000 Agent Smiths he had to fight off or something like that. That was crazy. But yeah, he was sitting there with Agent Smith. Cypher was sitting there with Agent Smith. And I mean, I'm missing out on a lot of stuff. I'm not even talking about a whole lot of stuff. I mean, video games on your phone. They have those commercials. I never have. You know, I haven't played video games on my phone since is it called Castle Run? What is it? What is it? Temple Run? Temple Run was the shit. Temple Run had me like fiending. I was like, I gotta play this game. I gotta get away. You know, I gotta play this game. So I'm saying like, can the female come up to you like, hey baby, you know what I mean? You want to take a bath? You know what? Just put down the phone. You know, we can talk to each other in the bathroom, in the bathtub. You know, warm water running. I got some rose petals. I got some incense we can burn. Are you putting down the phone? Are you still on the phone? Are you doing remember Candy Crush? Is there still people doing Candy Crush? There's a new mystery game, something Jane something. It's all kinds of stuff you can do. I'm not just, you know, PS5 and stuff like that, but you know, right on your mobile device. Yeah, I got it. Okay. That was Revolution, I think, cause I had the video game. Yeah. I gotta research. Okay. This is all the great one. And that's a great name. I had Path of Neo and Revolutions on PS2. Whoa, okay. Taking it back a little bit, yeah. PlayStation 2 up in the ride. Is that Lorenzo Kidded? Is that your wife, your girlfriend, or just your main bitch? You take a pic while I'm taking the flicks. I'm gonna take it. Woo! Who said that? Who said that? Those are bars. Those are bars. Who said that? Who said that? You a superstar, boy. Why you still up in the hood? What in the world's in that room? What you got in that room? Not yay. Not yay. Wasn't yay. Wasn't yay. You got to go further back. Yes, yes. Greg S has got it. Ludacris. That's one of my favorite songs. Roll out. Roll out. That's one of my favorite cuts too, but he's one of my favorite rappers. Definitely Ludacris is definitely in my top 30. He's in my top 30. I don't know where he is in that top 30, but he's definitely in my top 30. But I digress. We have to talk about these video games. I mean, they're ripping people apart. They're tearing people, you know, they're tearing relationships apart. Some people go to counseling, you know, because he's on the video game all night. He doesn't talk to me anymore. He's not saying anything. All she wants to do is play that Candy Crush. That's all she's worried about. She's not interested in making me food. She's not interested in taking care of the kids. I have to do everything. I have to make their meals. I have to do everything. Like, it gets serious. Like, these video games, you know, are really, you know, they'll tear your whole lifestyle apart. Your whole living situation. You know, husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends could be completely torn apart because somebody's what they call addiction, their digital addiction to gaming. I mean, I don't know if that's an official DS2 or DS4 or whatever the case may be, and the psychology of different disorders, but it may rank somewhere up there. It may rank somewhere up there. I'm not sure, but I know that people do counseling, spend thousands of dollars to try to get people weaned off of the gaming, or, you know, have a regimented schedule to use them. That's another vocab word, regimented. Pay attention. But no, they have to have a schedule for when they play the games and when not to play the games. So they have to be on point for that much. They have to be on point for that kind of that lifestyle, that's that different way of understanding. So I think that, you know, it's healthy to play video games. Video games are fun. Video games are a lot of fun, and they mix a lot of things together. They're like movies, they're like art, they're like sports, they're like a lot of things all mixed together. And I think they're cool because you're in control. That's what the thing is. That's why they're called controllers. I call them sticks because, you know, I'm used to hearing, you know, pick up the sticks, pick up the sticks. You know, but they are so many things. I mean, just look at the credits. You'll see Yokomito Shimini or Shimino or all these Japanese. I just made up a Japanese. That was a fake Japanese name, and that was probably racist. But but anyway, you'll see all the different developers and the people that created the video games, and you'll have a deep impression like, whoa, this is crazy. And when you beat the game, you see the credits. You see the credits roll. You see all the Japanese names of all the people that made this, the different stories. And now that I'm speaking about Japanese names, we're going to talk about this in the last 5 minutes of the show. Has anyone seen Godzilla -1? I'm watching it. It looks fire at the very beginning. I don't know if it's going to end fire, but it looks fire. It sounds fire. Like they look like they're trying to do an origin story of how Godzilla got started. So you guys tell me, is Godzilla -1 fire? The whole thing. You can spoil it for me if you want to. But I just want to know if it's fire, because I'm watching it on, I think it's Netflix, and it's awesome. Like, the cinematography is just ridiculous. The special effects are ridiculous. And it has a story to it. It doesn't just rely on visual effects and stuff like that, cinematography. It has a story underlying the whole thing. And what Godzilla represents is United States. From my perspective, it was the United States, bombing the cities in Japan. That was Godzilla. That was the terror. That was the thing that everybody was afraid of. And that's the weird thing about Japan, is that they have Hello Kitty and Godzilla at the same time. That's how messed up we made them. Because they started it. We just finished it. Yes. Thank you, Greg S. Fallout is fire. Fallout is the truth. Okie dokie. It's such the truth. It's Fallout. I would die for that show. I'm glad that there's another show that I can hang my hat on. Literally. But I can definitely say it's great. Like The Wire, Sopranos, Breaking Bad. Those really epic, shows that are, just extraordinary. Fallout is the truth. I just need to know about Godzilla -1 now. Anybody know about, have you watched Godzilla -1? Have you started watching it? I started watching it. It's great so far. So if you just let me know, key me in, let me in on the if I'm on the right path, or if I'm wasting my time going to watch Godzilla -1. I've heard great reviews of it from objectivists. It's been reviewed and objective in different sources. But I just need to know for myself, because I'm selfish. I need to know if it's worth my time or not, because I'm just beginning it. I'm just starting it. So just let me know if you do. If you don't, that's cool. But thank you, Greg S., for appreciating Fallout, and tell people about Fallout, because this is an excellent series. It's it's everything. It's like, what's her name? Lisa Joy. Lisa Joy is I think she's a showrunner, if not just a producer. But she said, it's gonzo, it's funny, it's sad, it's weird, it's goofy, it's compelling. It's all that wrapped in one, and they flawlessly. Everybody's position is on point. Hold on, it's Walton Goggins, I think his name is Walton. Walton Goggins character, the ghoul. Ella, what's her name? Ella Purnell as Lucy. She's excellent. Everybody's role is just excellent, and the writing is great too. The writing is gives you little pieces to follow. It doesn't bombard you with everything at one time. It gives you enough time to breathe, to stop, to think, to understand what's going on here, what's happening in this scene, what's happening with this whole understanding of what this is. But yeah, that's Fallout. But I want to know about Godzilla -1. I'm just starting it. If you have any clues, anybody in here in the live chat, just type in, yeah, it's fire, or no, it's trash, or you're going to waste your time. You're not really wasting money. I mean, technically you are wasting money with Netflix. I'm not necessarily, because some other reasons, but anyway, thou shalt not snitch on oneself. But yeah, so I am, I'm very intrigued by this particular movie. So I would like to thank everybody in the room, everybody that checked in. Thank you for your patience with me trying to read the small print. It's very good size print on the laptop, but I don't get as many views. I don't get as many viewers. It's the weirdest thing. My MacBook, I said the wrong thing. My MacBook Pro is great for viewing. First, the reason why I started even using the mobile was a practical reason. My MacBook just it literally did not show anything for YouTube. It may have been their error or mine. I don't know, but it's working fine now. But I'm only using it on weekends. For the week, I'm trying to get as many views as possible. But I'm using the MacBook on weekends. So that's enough. Thank you very much for joining me. We're gonna follow that crazy, bizarre, weird, goofy trial down in Atlanta. Hope you're ready for it. Take care.